Hello, everybody, and welcome to another match from the top 8 of the Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament. Got a great matchup for you tonight. UncleReggie versus Interslice, two very strong players, but each has been knocked down to the losers bracket. Reggie by my co-com, Baja, and Interslice by, who was it for Interslice? It's Dino Pony.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, it's surprising match here. These two were seeded number 1 and 2 at the start of the tournament and held those positions throughout the Swiss round, but yeah, some unexpected upsets will mean these two runners are playing for their lives tonight.
Yep. Whoever loses is out. And we already have Thardis in the seed, which is a great sign for those of us who like content. Oh, Reggie swapping to Fusion suit. Some of us in the community have very strong opinions on that suit.
And yep, we've given the runners the go-ahead, so hopefully we'll be getting started here in just a minute.
Okay.
So as far as runners' agreements today, the only thing we've got is that infinite speed is allowed. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing the normal landing site start and unshuffled elevators. So should be a pretty plain seat. Well, we'll see what Randomizer has to say about that. But as far as the settings go, it's pretty ordinary.
Randomizer has had many surprises for us this tournament. But yeah, with runners of this level, we can expect to probably see infinite speed on at least one side.
Yeah,
that is if they get boost ball to use it.
Yeah, can be a pretty strong play entering Fendrana if you have boost but not plasma, especially if you see something good in the ice.
Yeah.
But even then, I think even one of the earlier races of the tournament, someone got Phazon suit out of Chozo Ice Temple blindly through an infinite speed, and that actually changed the race. I think that might have been Sasquatch.
Yeah, that first match between Interslice and Sasquatch was amazing, and I think that might have been one of the features of it.
All right, and we are off.
Yeah. Good luck to both.
So we are doing
an overworld start. Is this even randomized?
I know, right? So we are doing double duty on tracking and common today, so if you see anything that we missed, just give us a shout. We can make sure to keep those trackers updated for you.
Yeah, especially since the trackers do tend to eat inputs. Oh, speaking of, is this even randomized?
Yeah, vanilla space jump boots. Pretty nice item to find. We'll open up
very much so.
Text for us in... oh, I've been seeing bombs behind the ship over and over again recently. This is seems to be a common thing that's been happening.
Yeah, unfortunately they can't get that yet, but it's very powerful to know where it is.
Yeah, so the question just is, where is our morph ball? Could just be sitting on main plaza, but also our missiles could be there, and then that opens up a few more possibilities for where morph could be, but can't be too far. Morph is pretty much required to do most everything in this game.
Yeah, you can get, I think, 11 item checks without morph ball, so it has to be in one of those.
We'll have 3 checks straight away here. Whatever looks like a missile up on the grapple edge.
Yeah, that's all I saw. And we'll get a look at the other locations as they pass. Ah, Reggie's getting this item my way, which is to stand on the route and do a scan dash. There are many, many ways to get each of the items in main plaza, but that's my personal favorite.
Reggie, both runners picking up an early E-Tank, which is pretty nice. Honestly, just even going through these tunnels without morph, these scarabs will really hurt.
Ooh, early super missiles. That means without even leaving main plaza, Reggie can get the tree item.
Yeah, just needs to get a drop and gets it.
Yep. And just more missiles in the tree. Okay, this is weird. Oh, yeah, sorry, I just couldn't spot super missile on the tracker there for a second. E-tanks are always welcome at this early stage of the game. Can't get that one yet, but will soon.
Yeah, getting that first one is really nice.
And that's morph ball, yep.
So I'd almost be tempted to do immediately save warp and just plan on coming back through here with bombs, but Reggie will finish out these two checks.
Yeah, that's it would be hard to decide between those two. Ah, Reggie doing a fancy yard jump, grabbing the grapple beam here. Sorry, I said Reggie. Yes, it is Reggie.
Interslice not too far behind, picking up Morph Ball here, and is this going to be... Oh, he's going to press on as well. Looking for a missile drop, looks like. Yep, and gets it. Yep, do need a missile to get through this door, so it was smart to farm it while Interslice had a chance there.
Yeah. Now, it is possible to get this item here with only Morph and not bombs. We'll see if Reggie goes for it. Nope. It's a stupid trick. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and especially knowing that bombs are freely available.
Yep. There was an amazing incident last year where a couple of players put just all the tricks in logic, and they never thought they'd have to use that one, and it was required because bombs were in that spot.
Oh, that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
So Reggie is walking back to Talon.
Yes, while Interslice is going for the save warp. Interesting.
Yeah. Seems like the save warp might have been a little bit faster. Oh, and I didn't mark super missiles either.
Well, it's the one possibility is that Reggie might be making his transport tunnel A check on the way.
Yep, that's a good point. But I'd probably want to pair that with Arbor Chamber, and that check is a lot safer if you've got Morph Ball bombs.
Yeah, true enough.
Interslice going to make this play into Frigate Crash Site, totally in logic with our grapple beam. I think even Space.
Yes, that's right.
Logic too.
Yeah, not that he needs it, of course, but with grapple beam, it's very easy to get this item. Just swing on in. That's where Reggie's heading as well. Can't do anything else at Frigate Crash Site yet because although the runners have the skills, they don't have the ice beam.
Yep, and looks like we'll be getting our hints here as well as the item in Artifact Temple. See if either runner chooses to check them immediately, or will leave us waiting until they have to make a kind of rotting decision.
Yes, many every runner has their own sense of timing on that.
Yep, I personally like to scan them right away, but it does sometimes lose you time in some of the seeds where you were going to pick them all up anyways.
Yeah. My usual method, or in theory, is to jot them down before I take an elevator, because an elevator gives you time to write them down on paper while it's in progress. The trouble is I never remember to actually do that when I get to an elevator.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I should try that sometime.
Yeah.
And our
Interslice
Varia
gets that.
suit.
Yeah, anytime your suit changes during this little cutscene, your gun is the only thing you see for a second. It's pretty funny.
So it's going to make use of the scan post to get up this room a lot quicker.
Yes, there's lots of clever scan dashing stuff you can do in these rooms, which is good because they're slow to go through otherwise. And the best suit in the game is now visible on Reggie's side.
Alright, I got 4 of those artifacts. I missed the other 2. Interslice is a quicker reader than I am. But all I needed to see was PMT to know that this seed is not going to be very friendly.
Oh, that is content.
Supers were in Main Plaza. Morph Ball was in the gallery lower item. Varia was Artifact Temple. And bombs were behind the ship.
Anyone catch the other 2 artifact locations? We'll see them now on Reggie's side. Reggie's writing them down, so that'll give us time to see. So yeah, Ice East. Gravity Chamber, good times. Yeah, and Baja had the other 4. These are some lovely artifact locations.
Yeah, wow, that's quite the Plasma Beam World Tour we have to do.
Yep, we're going to get a good look at the whole planet.
Yeah, even with relatively friendly plasma location, that's a long trek to get all those plasma lock checks.
Yep, but these guys can really move, so this may yet be a sub-hour seed.
Yep, Interslice gets the arbor chamber out of bounds. No problem there. And looks to be continuing this play into Magmor. Makes sense with Varia suit.
Yes, that is definitely pointing them to Magmor next.
So this does present an interesting quandary, though. Wave Beam does like to show up in Fendrana sometimes, but I feel like my normal temptation here is just to go straight through Magmor to the Sun Tower elevator and then clear out all the kind of bombs checks at Chozo. Because there's a lot of pretty easy checks we still have in Chozo, but sometimes your Wave Beam is just in Fendrana. And,
yeah.
Dipping in there can be a little slow because we can't access much there right now.
Meanwhile, Reggie, unfortunately, he tried to skip a platform there and didn't quite make it. So instead, he's showing off how far down you can grab this grapple point from.
Interesting. I didn't actually know you could do that. That's pretty cool.
Yep, they tend to have pretty decent range.
Nothing of interest in Shore Tunnel today. Just a missile down there. No need to come back for that. Can get an out of logic check of Warrior Shrine, but won't be able to get the Upper Fiery Shores item either without a power bomb.
Yeah, and that's one we can't even see, so that'll remain in the back of the runners' minds.
Yeah, Interslice is going to turn around. Not going to go into Fendrana yet.
Okay. Yeah, certainly a defensible choice, especially without Plasma Beam. You really want to have that if you possibly can before Fendrana.
Yeah, I think it's a good call here. I think so. Varia suit and bombs were accessible at the same time, which makes it harder to tell which one was placed later because that can influence which checks have the higher likelihood of being the next progression.
Yeah, Randovania has a slight habit of placing things behind the last item you got. Okay, Reggie following suit to Magmor.
Ooh, Plasma Artist would be. Ooh, is it a boost ball?
That's important. That's boost ball, yeah. Boost ball seems to like this room. I've seen it here a number of times, but then I've seen so many seeds that anything will happen a number of times.
Welcome, Digglewrath and Raiders. And we're joining just the beginning of this race here. Looking up to be a good one here.
Yes, much content is coming. Reggie electing to... Oh, no, not getting the missile after all.
And yep, Reggie making the same call with regards to Fendrana.
Yep.
Yeah, Magmor not paying out today.
No, it's usually a much more reliable progression point than this.
And so, yep, Interslice will just head back up into Chozo. Hopefully remembers the Ruined Gallery tunnel check, which is now accessible with all bombs, because that check can really burn you.
It has decided many a race. Reggie will be getting his boost ball in a sec. Yeah, these are some really top-tier artifact locations.
Yeah, pretty bad. Yeah, Phase of Mine Tunnel is such a wrinkle, because I definitely subscribe to the theory that lower mines is good to check as soon as you can, looking for Phase on suit, but when that's an artifact, you kind of... Oh, there's... wow. Ruined Gallery
Tunnel. That's a big find.
Paying out again. There's our wave beam.
Yeah, let's hope Reggie remembers as well, because otherwise that'll hurt badly. On Reggie's side just now, you saw one of the new custom nothings we have in Randovania that look like Metroids. Very cool.
Yeah, I really like that the change, especially with the not being able to mistake it for other things. Although every time it's in Frost Cave, I think it's Spider Ball.
Well, I will miss the fact that you could sometimes mistake a nothing for a suit if you were just looking with X-ray, and thus you had to wonder, it was nagging you. But that is nonetheless something that the runners themselves will be pleased to be rid of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reggie's showing off a slightly faster climb for this room, which is nice because these elevators are painfully slow.
Yeah, it's a cool strat, actually.
Yeah.
And there's our first power bomb. Not the logical one, but works just as well for us.
Yeah. So Logic does not expect them to have power bombs right now, but they can use them anyway.
Interslice will carry this on to Tower Chamber. No need to check Tower of Light in these settings, as it requires intermediate tricks or your missile launcher to give you lots of missiles. And another, that was an interesting color Metroid there.
Yeah, eventually that'll be fixed and Tower of Missiles will be important again, but even then, it's going to be very unlikely to have anything just because the requirements are so high.
Yeah, this is one of the interesting quirks where it seems like the plasma lock checks tend to be favored by the solver, but the stuff where it's like boost and spider and wave, like the training chamber, seems to hardly ever have anything. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen progression in training chamber.
I have once or twice, but no more.
Speaking of, we actually do have access to Training Chamber access and Magma Pool. Yep, Interslice is going to head straight there. And we'll be able to take a look at Training Chamber as well.
Ah, and Interslice doesn't even have to Magma Dash today. That's a trick that even the runners who are good at it hate.
Mm-hmm. Reggie was kind enough to teach me a alternate method using some R jumps to get across.
Cool.
I prefer, because, oh, Spider Ball.
That's big.
That is access to this item. Oh, yeah, just Metroid, so.
Yep. Reggie grabs his PB expansion. Does a little climb to get up to the wave door. There are many, many ways to get to that wave door.
Yeah, that Spider Ball opens up a couple checks for us in Farchosa. We have the upper dynamo check now, and we actually have Crossway in Logic, which is
that's
one
right.
uncommon check as well.
Yeah, there's almost nothing. There's almost never anything huge there because of all the requirements. But yeah, it's also a big deal that you won't have to leave whatever's at the top of Dynamo there.
Yeah, with both Supers and Spider in tow, we do have the ability to do reverse Flagra, which is a much less painful way of getting through that fight. Especially, I think both these runners know the powerbomb strats to skip some of the cutscenes. This makes that fight much faster.
All of that was accurate, but I'm just stuck on in tow. Are you allowed to say that? Doesn't Captain MD own the copyright?
Sorry, I won't say fascinating. That's.
Okay, Reggie following suit, going to get his Spider Ball soon. Well, Interslice, it seems, has... oh, sorry, I mistook that Morph Ball path for a different one.
Yeah, just getting two quick checks here in Dynamo. So where is our Ice Beam? So there's quite a few places in Fendrana it could be. We do have access to all of labs. We have Quarantine Monitor, as well as the early checks. Oh, there's X-Ray as well.
Ah, that's good. My money's on Ice Beam on Flagra, just to be perverse.
Ooh, that would be pretty rude, but that is possible. Ice Beam could be on Ghosts, too, which would be another kind of unusual progression.
Yep. Flogger seems to be just a little more frequently important than he was in Bash's randomizer, so seems to be a play that pays off for people more often. That's just my sort of subjective estimation, though.
Yeah, it's gotten a little less powerful in the later stage of the tournament with the 3.1 coming out, but yeah, in 3.0, it was very common that something would be on Flagra.
Yeah.
And yeah, even still, it can be a decent chance of progression.
The trouble, as usual, is the time investment.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yep. Interslice doing Zoid, always a good idea.
Yeah, another bit long of a fight, but do get 2 checks out of it, and it's still much quicker than Flagra. Yep, another fight that is trivialized by the fact that if it looks like you can stand on it, you... Oh, main power bombs.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yep, even so that gives us both the knowledge that powerbomb checks are in logic, but also, more importantly, gives us a lot more ammo because drops are notoriously unreliable in this game.
Not to be confused with the Plasma Beam boss in Fusion, who is notoriously unreliable. Interslice still working on Zoid. It takes a little while.
Yep, just one more shot. We'll finish it off here. The X-ray visor is a little interesting. I'm wondering if there's some kind of purpose in the logic chain to that, or if that was just kind of randomly dumped there because it wasn't necessary.
Either way, it's going to be necessary because we have to get to PMT.
Ah, true. Yep.
But yes, it does have potential logic implications as well.
Yeah, neither the Root Cave nor the Arbor Chamber check or anything today. Triclops Pit as well was just a missile. So yeah, we haven't seen a use for anything important that's been X-ray locked so far.
Got a bit of a handshake going on between our runners because they're both doing this puzzle, except Interslice is doing it after Zoid and Reggie before.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if Reggie is feeling a little bit behind here after...
Ooh, he's going to avoid the Zoid.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to pay off.
Yeah, he doesn't know it, but that bold play is actually going to work in his favor.
Yeah, just like that. We have a lead change until... unless Reggie ends up ever going back for that fight.
Yeah, that is going to sort of linger in his mind. Nice to have Spider here. You don't have to walk up the track.
It's kind of tricky, though. If ice isn't, like, right here, though, I feel like I would be pretty tempted to just turn around and go fight Zoid. So Reggie may end up pretty quickly kind of giving this time back.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's a hard sell for me to want to kind of save warp out of Reflecting Pool at this point.
Another interesting little difference between our runners is that on Interslice's side, you can tell he has Spider Ball, and on Reggie's, you can't. Fusion Suit never reflects whether you have Spider or not.
Crossway continuing to be nothing, despite actually having logical access to it for once.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah, Reggie will press on to Vanilla Ice. Is still a possibility.
Yeah, it could happen.
Oh, sorry, good.
Oh, I just said could happen.
Yep, and with boost and power bombs, I would guess Reggie would feel comfortable lockpicking for that item as well, if it ends up being something important other than ice.
Yeah.
You can then open the door with the power bomb from the other side and escape.
Yeah, that's a great trick, although it is terrifying the first time you do it, because the door will close as an ice door, and not until you step close to it will it open for you.
Let's see if either of the runners go for the BS or the bomb jump here to avoid using the wave slot. It can be faster if you get it, and also will avoid a triple ghost fight in the future. Yeah, Reggie's going to go for it. Looks like Interslice is not. Oh, they're very close there for Reggie.
Yeah, it's not the easiest trip. Now, as you mentioned, the this will cost Interslice something if he wants to make the ice and plasma checks later, because you do need to kill the ghosts in this room, not to get out of the room, but if you want to do anything with the statue, you have to.
Gosh, I am surprised that wasn't working for Reggie there. That looked really close.
Yeah. Reggie just electing to use the wave slot after all.
Yeah, that's kind of my approach too. I feel like I normally give it about 3 tries, and if I'm not getting it, then sometimes that trick I get first try sometimes, and then other times I will bash my head against it forever. So
yeah, there are a lot of tricks like that in Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie leaving a bomb in the air during the cutscene. That was funny.
And no vanilla ice today. So probably a save warp here, and then head to Fendrana.
Nothing else you can do from here because both the elevator doors are ice. Or not the doors to the elevators, but the ones on the other side.
Yeah, so we'll see what Reggie decides to do. So Reggie could make the same play, or could head back to Zoid, maybe even do Flagra. Having a couple more checks here in Chozo. Maybe less tempted to take the save warp, but could go either way.
Yep. Ice Beam is not having it is very limiting. You're limited to about the first half of the game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, both runners have committed to that triple ghost fight, because we do need to come back for Elder Chamber at some point.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, Reggie will take the save warp as well. So looks like the route's going to be pretty similar again.
Yeah. Probably heading for Fendrana, because that's where most of the remaining checks are.
Yeah, the question is, do you go to the back or do you go to the front again? We do have logical access to Quarantine Monitor.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Can't logically fight Thardus without the Thermal Visor, and technically can't get Manual Workstation without Thermal either. So it's only the one check that's in logic right now, but Quarantine Monitor is another check that can be kind of sneaky with its progression.
What about Geothermal Core, though? No. They need ice to get in.
That as well, yep.
Yeah, they can do everything except open the door at the end.
That's unfortunate.
Boy, those turrets took their time firing at Interslice.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting. And yeah, answer question in chat. Yeah, both sides of Overgrown Cavern are ice locked. You cannot get that item from either side. You can get to that elevator without ice in Chozo, which can matter for shuffled elevators. But in this case, yeah, both those elevators can require ice to get anything useful.
No, you can't get to that elevator without ice.
With shuffled elevators, you can take the save station elevator.
Save station elevator.
Reflecting.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I see your point now. Oh, Reggie thinking of the Warrior Shrine check. Oh, big thing.
Actually, that's a little surprising that Interslice didn't check that, because Interslice is actually with the knowledge that main power bombs are available and that check is in logic. Whereas Reggie did not find the main power bombs on Zoid.
Sorry, I was momentarily gobstopped there because I assumed that if it had been something important, Interslice would have it already.
Looks like we have another stop on our plasma beam tour, as the artifact is in the lower Ice Rings East check.
Aha. So what's upper? Just missiles.
And now this could be a case for an infinite speed here, being able to pick up that artifact early. Let's see, do we need to come back to Fendrana otherwise?
Yeah, for the artifact.
Oh yeah, this IS gets 2 artifacts. So that save may be just a safety save for this infinite speed coming up.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
I didn't get a look at the lighthouse. Not sure if that.
I was just thinking that. I haven't seen it either. They do have the tools to get it, so If it were important, Interslice probably would have picked it up.
Oh, yeah, that's actually interesting too. The runners could have chosen to. IS can get you Elder Chamber as well, right?
Elder Champ, yes.
So we could have actually seen double IS strats here.
They may even be keeping that in mind as something they could do later, because that would avoid having to defeat the ghosts first.
Yeah, at this point, I probably wouldn't want to come back without Plasma. I mean, I guess if you find only Ice and you think Plasma could be on Hall of the Elders, but we've kind of been pretty thorough over there.
Interslice, this is an interesting choice. He's doing this whole fight just for an E-Tank.
Doing this fight for the infinite speed setup, actually.
Oh, right. You need to do that.
Yep, the crates we need are behind one of these, where the Shigots come out. Yeah, that Mama Shigot flying off was a pretty funny clip from this tournament.
Yeah, lots of fun to be had with Prime's cutscenes.
But no need for the moon theme tonight. Interslice shoots the door. Always good to make sure you do. Otherwise, this can be a soft lock.
Ah.
Oh, is not going for this?
Or maybe he is.
Oh, did the boxes get destroyed? Needs to reload the room.
Yeah, and he didn't even go far enough to do that. That's awful. I hate it when that happens, when you think you've gone far enough to reload a room and it turns out you haven't.
Yeah, these rooms are kind of weird, because like normally once you go at least halfway through the next room, the one before unloads, but it seems like this room and Hall of the Elders are kind of like a package deal.
Yeah, there are a few weird exceptions to that rule. Luckily, Interslice has not unloaded the puzzle room, and so he doesn't have to do the puzzle again.
Interslice did shoot the door, right?
I think so. And it appears Reggie is also going to be doing infinite speed because he went ahead and got the item.
All right, so we got a solid minute here of watching some Morph Balls glitch out.
Yeah. So, how's everybody doing? Oh, sure. Take off now when we are actually going to talk to chat.
Oh, Interslice did not shoot the door, but remembers. Oh my gosh.
Oh
That could have been
no!
tragic. So that will actually put Reggie again in the lead here.
Yeah, though Reggie already had the lead just by having Ice Beam.
Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's all about where the items are. That could be a huge deal, or it could not be that big a deal. Phases on suit, as usual, remains the big mystery. Okay, Reggie is now in the infinite speedball form. I don't understand this trick, but it's always amazing to watch. There's his artifact.
Yeah, I don't feel like I understand it well enough to explain it super properly either. Aside from, yeah, in certain times you can get the ball to essentially accelerate infinite or indefinitely, and eventually your speed gets set to not a number, which has all sorts of interesting properties, mostly involving making your camera sad and allowing you to collide with everything in a room at once, which can let you pick up items.
Yeah, it's exactly that Voyager episode where they travel at warp 10 and suddenly they're everywhere in the universe.
But yes, any folks with epilepsy may want to look away for a minute here. I will let you know when the runners have saved, because there can be some sudden flashes here with the camera kind of glitching out.
Ah, there's Reggie's other artifact. Yeah, and what's going on here we affectionately call light show. If Reggie were to stand up, it would get considerably worse.
Yep, unmorphing in this situation will basically make it impossible to see, but it can be removed by entering a cutscene that fixes the camera to a certain location, which can involve elevators or save stations. So the usual play here is to head to this Fenderana save station, unmorph directly into the save station, and then you are good to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a quick 2 stops off our Plasma Beam World Tour taken care of.
I would mark Reggie's artifacts, except that the tracker currently says 502 bad gateway, so that'll have to wait.
Yep, I got you. Okay, both runners have completed the Infinite Seeds, so no more light show issues here.
Okay, let's see if Progress Canyon has progressed today. Apparently not.
Nope, just an E-Tank.
Oh good, my tracker's back. Thanks for covering that.
No problem.
Alright, what's under the ice today? Just a missile. Never forget this item. There have been a couple of, well, at least one in this tournament, cases of someone forgetting this item for a rather long time when it was Phazon Suit.
Oh dear. That's an unusual spot for Phazon Suit. I normally expect that to be kind of early mid-game progression.
Now that I think about it, I think that was actually in my race with Diggle. And I was the one who found it, and so I actually had a lead for a little while, which is rare against Diggle.
Yeah, Diggle is very fast.
Just a missile in the ruined canyon spot. Fun fact, this is the only ruined room outside of the Chozo ruins. Oh, I said canyon, it's courtyard. Reggie making the Thardus play, it appears. Or just opening the door.
Yeah, let's see if Interslice goes all the way through mines. This could kind of compound the disadvantage of not having Ice Beam.
Yeah, I think you mean labs, but yes, because the big difference now is that Reggie can get out the other side and Interslice can't.
Yep. I don't even know what I said. I definitely meant labs.
You said mines. It is a common mistake.
Ah, yes. Yeah, Interslice is gonna make this play. Yeah, interesting. I wonder. Probably.
Yeah, I just realized he's hoping to find Ice Beam in here. We know he won't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the bulk of the checks that are in Logic are in labs right now.
Yep. 6 total.
Oh yeah, we even do have supers. So yeah, we have all 6 checks here versus what? Quarantine Monitor and.
Well, Thardus himself.
Very sure. Don't even have Thardus in Logic yet, unless we find.
Oh yeah, Logic. Just a missile in the tube. Oh, Interslice demonstrating a destructible object that I didn't know was destructible.
Yeah, it's a good way to climb this room.
Reggie climbing this room without killing all the pirates like a boss.
Yep, does save time, especially with some cutscenes on. Don't want to watch that computer light up, but they can be bullies if you leave them alive.
Yeah.
Ooh, Interslice taking a fall on, unfortunately, here.
Oh, that's too bad.
Again.
Whatever's at the top of Observatory, Reggie didn't want it.
Yeah, thought I saw something orange, so probably just a missile. Indeed, yeah, just a missile.
Now, okay, yes, Reggie just barely did not trigger the cutscene. I always turn to the side because it's easier to avoid triggering it that way, but if you're bold, like Reggie apparently is, you can walk right through and just stop at the right moment.
Yeah, that is a consideration. Honestly, even if Reggie doesn't find Plasma, I think Mines is the next logical play once you complete the Far Fenderana loop. So, yeah, we'll be kind of awkward with only 1 power bomb. Or 2 power bomb.
two power bombs. Ha, 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 ha.
That's a pretty good find there for Reggie, actually.
Yes, it'll make his trip through mines twice as easy.
Main PBs are on Zoid, which Reggie skipped during the early Chozo checks.
Reggie's showing off that you can use several things to kill this Metroid, one of which is a power bomb.
Yep, gets rid of the tank and the Metroid in one go. Efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Probably the least known method of activating that Metroid is to scan it, which is, of course, the vanilla method. But we've all been away from vanilla so long that we've forgotten that works.
I think that was Interslice has had some very interesting scenes. I think that was an Interslice one as well, where they started, and that was the first thing they were logically expected to do, and it took a while to figure out that that was even a thing.
That's hilarious.
Where was Boost?
Which was in Magmoor Cavern.
Yeah.
Like the storage cavern, yes. Reggie continuing to back Fendrana, which also has 6 checks.
Yeah, meanwhile, Interslice forced to turn around, not finding the ice beam.
Yeah,
Here.
that's tragic. So what's under the ice today? Oh, an artifact, we knew that.
But I guess as long as this isn't... As long as there's nothing terribly useful here in Farfendrana, this maybe isn't that bad for Interslice. Interslice, I would expect, will save warp and then head back into Magmoor, hopefully remembers the fiery short check, and then could just head to Farfendrana from the workstation area. Even get something like...
Save warping makes such a difference.
Mm-hmm.
To give one example, the fact that there's an artifact in PMT would in the old days have meant that both runners would have had to route through Omega Pirate, but now they can just warp immediately before him.
Yep, unless we have a vanilla Phazon suit.
Yeah, that could still happen. Or PCA Phazon, as we saw in one of the races earlier in Top 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, Reggie taking a fall here in Fendrana's Edge. We'll have to reclaim
Easy
this
to
room.
do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a fun room.
Yeah, and he's slightly handicapped by not having gravity, which one normally does in this area. But I'm sure that Reggie is well aware of all the tricks to avoid needing it.
Yep, gravity escape can be a little challenging as you learn it, but yeah, Reggie for sure is definitely comfortable with it.
Oh, no plasma to make this check.
Yeah, it's a little
just a missile here. Yeah, so it's always a bad feeling leaving storage cave behind.
Yeah, this is awfully out of the way for one check. Interslice still not going to get this ice beam.
Oh no.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
E-tank at the top of gravity chamber, which means the artifact must be at the bottom.
I wonder if Interslice has forgotten that check, because when you check Warrior Shrine so early, you often kind of write off both that and the Fiery Swords check.
Yeah, I know I have before. So Reggie doing the underwater wall jumps to get out of here. And they are easier than you might think, but still fairly tricky, especially if you haven't done them in a while. Opinions differ on which one is the hardest. I vote third. A lot of people vote second, though.
That was a suit. I didn't get a great look at it, but Interslice is going for it.
Okay. Yeah, it's rare to see a suit you don't want.
Yep. Yep, gravity does speed up a few rooms, especially this one Reggie's coming up on is awfully slow, especially if you don't have boost either, but with boost at least you can go somewhat fast through here.
I believe Reggie is now back where he started. This platform he just dropped off from is the one which gives you a little message if you try to climb it without gravity saying, hey, go back, get gravity. Ooh, Phazon was there.
That's a great find for Interslice, although Reggie is extremely likely to come across this in just
Oh, yes.
a few minutes here.
Yeah, you always look at the side.
Yeah, Interslice gonna check quarantine monitor. And at that point, we'll have to do some thinking, because I think Interslice will have done everything in logic without Ice Beam.
Yeah, and I can only imagine he did forget that check, because otherwise he would never have passed it twice.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully, has a think about it before challenging Thardus, because Thardus is right there, and you may think that maybe you missed thermal somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. It's easy to forget that, because we never use thermal for Thardus, but you do need it for him to be in logic.
Yeah, just enough thing, and yep, we're gonna see Thardus. Well, Reggie also about to pick up this nothing item.
Oh, thank you for getting that other artifact. As you may have guessed, my tracker died again.
Yep. Yeah, mine was knocked out there for a minute too.
SpeedGaming's busy at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of. I think all 6 channels in use right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Reggie electing not to fight Thardus. Depending what he has, this could pay off big. Reggie seems to have an aversion to bosses today.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by the Zoid skip.
It's almost never seen someone skipping Zoid.
Yeah, and Reggie and I were just arguing about it the other day, because I am actually a mild proponent of skipping Zoid sometimes, especially in random elevator seeds. But
yes, random elevators, it can be a good idea.
And yep, Reggie spots that face-on suit.
Yep.
You can even look for vanilla plasma here as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does now have the ice to open that door. Interslice having to fight Thardus without plasma like a pleb.
Yep, supers are pretty good if you've got the missile capacity.
Yep. But that missiles, the number of missiles he needs adds up pretty fast.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Nothing quite kills him like plasma does.
And yep, missiles low. Can't even see exactly how many left.
Okay, Phazon picked up on Reggie's side. What's your next stop, Reggie?
PBs are excellent for Thardus, but they actually only work on the first 2 and the last rock.
Unless you elevate yourself with a bomb jump. Then they can hit a couple of the other spots. But the timing on that is tricky to get him before he starts rolling.
So the artifacts Reggie needs are PMT and Elder Chamber. Yeah, Interslice needs those as well as Frost Cave and Gravity Chamber.
Interestingly, it looks like Reggie was going to use Grapple Beam at first, but then after missing, since he was closer to the other side, he chose the grappleless climb.
Yep, poor Grapple Beam, even sometimes when it is useful, can be slower than just scan dashing and gets neglected.
Yep. What the heck? Is that one rusty today?
Yeah, that was weird.
Somebody clipped that. That was hilarious. Okay, so up goes the puzzle walls, which is a cutscene normally, but it's been removed by competitive cutscene removal, and just a missile.
Reggie took a step into that room. Luckily, not 2 steps.
It hadn't even occurred to me, but yeah, if that door had closed behind him, it would have been ripped. He hasn't saved in a while either.
And yet we are off to phase on mines on Reggie's side.
Yep, that's probably the best plan. He is leaving behind some stray checks, but stray checks will be as fast later as they are now.
I personally doubt Reggie will ever do Zoid. I would think if this doesn't pay out, then you go out mines and you do Life Grove area.
Yeah, 4
and
checks.
then back into Chozo. At that point, like, you're pretty much going to last location Zoid implant.
Yeah, but the thing is, Interslice having Forgotten Ice Beam means that Reggie might even have time to do something like that.
Mm-hmm. And Interslice is going to do plant. This is really unfortunate.
Yeah. And Reggie doesn't want what he saw behind that wall. Probably just a missile in that case.
Yeah,
Hoping to grab a power bomb refill.
And of course, no drops.
Yeah. Yep, Interslice is indeed going for Flagra, going by the back way.
Yeah, if Plasma's not here, this starts looking pretty scary. G will have covered a lot more ground by the time these 2 checks are done.
Yep. That would be amazing, though, if if each of them had a beam that the other one had passed up. That would be a really exciting race, so I almost hope it happens.
Yeah, for sure. And weirdly, for Interslice, I don't think Plasma opens any checks that he hasn't already done.
Hmm.
I guess Ice Ruins West, but he saw that was nothing.
And, storage cave.
Ooh, true. Well, we need ice. He needs Ice Beam for that.
Oh, yeah. There are ice doors there. Reggie wondering what to do for a minute there.
Yeah, the commitment to MQA is always tough to make. You have to get back out of here. But he's going to make the play. Plasma on MQA has been seen before.
Yep. In fact, it was in MQA in a race that I did where I turned back right before MQA.
Ooh, Reggie going to go for Maze Skip here. See if you can get it. Unfortunately.
Nope. Oh well. As long as you have a couple of E-tanks, this maze isn't so bad. If you're doing it on low health, it is terrifying.
For sure, yeah. It takes so much longer if you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
It didn't look like Interslice got any of the cutscene overlaps here for Flagra, so still ended up being relatively safe, but long fight.
Yep.
Is on the final slot here, and we'll be.
I don't think I would dignify this with the term fight.
Fair enough. Was that only a single power bomb drop? No, 2. Okay.
Yeah, that spot is one of the only guaranteed power bomb drops in mines, and you very much need it.
Yeah, definitely. There are a couple more crates across the way in that room that have even more drops if you need them.
I was about to say I was surprised that this cutscene survived, but now that I think about it, you can sometimes peek the item in it, and so that might be a reason people would want it to stay.
Yeah, I think also it gives the Metroids time to get in the right position for folks that do
the
strat and the dash here.
Yeah, that would make sense. Reggie wants what he sees here.
Or maybe just wasn't able to get a look. Normally I can only get a look when I actually scan the terminal and what the item is. That gives you a little better of a view.
Okay.
He is heading in.
Yeah, and the only thing I can think of that he would want at this point is the plasma beam.
Yeah. Yeah, even if this was something like thermal or beam combo, you'll be back in here later, so you might as well get it then.
Yeah.
Boy,
that Metroid was really moving.
That was a beam combo. So not the answer. Yeah, maybe you just didn't get a great look at it from the cutscene.
Yeah, that's more likely. Okay, time to turn around and make those upper mines checks that he hasn't done yet.
Yep, can do pretty much everything up there except for the vanilla flamethrower check.
I love having Ice Spreader when I come to this room because you can just nail all 4 pirates with it.
Ooh, yeah, that's actually... Yeah, that's a good idea. Or you can just ignore them, apparently.
Yep.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm too cautious in there.
yeah. That pirate will not disturb Reggie until he has Plasma Beam.
And Ghosts and Flagra not paying out today.
Ooh, that's rough.
So, can Interslice put it together? Remember that Fiery Shores check.
Let's hope. As usual, runners do not disable the gas in vent shaft unless they want the item, so each time Reggie passes through there, we're going to hear the delightful sound of poison gas trying to kill Samus. Meanwhile, since this elite pirate isn't dead, this room is still full of ice troopers, and Reggie has to be a little careful on his way down.
Oh, unfortunately, it does trigger the fight. Yeah, that
Yeah.
fight trigger is quite wide.
Yeah, I'm impressed by anyone who manages to skip it, especially on multiple passes through the room.
Yeah, I kind of like the strat if you're coming in from vent shaft of jumping down from the upper kind of catwalks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Interslice is back in Magmore. Maybe he did remember.
Yeah, it's heading the correct direction.
Just a missile in that convenient spot. Reggie wants some health, I think. Didn't get it there. Oh, got a little. Yes, Interslice is on his way there now. Or is he?
There we go.
Oh, he was heading for Fendrana. He almost passed it a third time. It's amazing that even at the top level, races come down to piddly little stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, anything can happen in these random seeds.
Interslice must be so mad.
Yeah, it's a pretty huge setback, especially with all the backtracking that's been done.
Yeah. I feel his pain, because in one of the races in last year's tournament, I did not recognize the item at the top of Furnace as Space Jump. I thought it was a missile tank, and I passed under it twice. Looked at it both times, and I was fooled both times.
That's a brutal location. Space Jump.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Chat was screaming at me. Guess Reggie did not see something useful up there. I couldn't quite tell what it was.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at the wall.
Well, let's see what old Phazon Elite has for us today. Oh, Reggie doesn't have quite enough missiles to kill him. Most elite pirates take 10, this dude takes 21.
But Ice Beam does do pretty good damage as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it is the opposite of Rapid Fire.
Yes, very much so. Just a missile there. The platforms actually do what they're supposed to today. In one of Diggle's races earlier, they did not come down, and Diggle had to leave the room and come back.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. We're always finding new little weirdnesses in this game, every race.
Yeah, I'm not sure what causes that. Might be if the pirate's dying as you activate the terminal.
Hmm.
Fortunately, this is we do have grapple beam for this room.
This is one of the only rooms where you really, really want it.
Yeah, the last jump here is not terribly fun. It's Metroid looking to intercept.
So, what's in Vanilla Grapple location today? Oh!
Oh, that is go mode.
Yep, just grab his 2 artifacts and go. So, Interslice a little behind, but never count Interslice out. His movement is just incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Reggie's low health is dangerous in mines, even for a practice runner.
Yeah, the beam pirates can really make quick work of you here.
Yeah. It's funny that those pirates can try those same hiding spots every time you reload that room.
We'll get
Didn't
you
work
next
the first
time.
7 times, but the 8th time she won't be expecting it.
I am always shocked when you get cornered by some of the shadow pirates, how quickly they can do damage, just like this.
Oh yes, be careful, Reggie. You're going to lose a lot of time if you...
Oh.
Okay, be very careful, Reggie. Does X-ray help?
You can't. Oh my. Oh no!
No! Oh, Reggie, when did you last save? Okay, no phase on. But knowledge. Knowledge is incredibly powerful in Randomizer. Reggie doesn't have to make any checks. He can just go back and get the stuff. And I can't even take his items away yet because the tracker's nerfing on me.
Reggie does not have the 2 Farchozo artifacts either, it looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get into the tracker for the last few minutes here, so.
Yeah, they'll just have to live with it.
Yep.
Oh, what a blow. This is a big turnaround. Well, turnaround in a sense, because Reggie still knows where all his Go mode stuff is, whereas Interslice still has no idea where Plasma is.
Yeah, I'm not certain that Reggie is behind even now.
Okay.
So we'll head back this way. Can pick up that phase on suit again as we walk through here. And how do we route? What's the best way to route this now? I guess maybe still do the Farfender on the loop, and then come back into PPC, head up to Plasma, and then back down.
Yeah, it seems like just taking the same path as before is probably the best play.
Yeah.
Interslice, meanwhile, doing his Farfendrana stuff.
Yeah, here comes the second artifact, and yeah, all still without gravity. We'll have to do the slope jumps to escape.
Yeah. Fortunately, Prime gives us, in exchange for not having gravity, super jumping powers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, these underwater slope jumps are pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, you can basically fly underwater. Oh yeah, that's right. He'll now have only 1 power bomb for mines.
Oh yeah, this is before the labs play too. Yep.
Okay,
There's-
Reggie's got phase on back. No matter how this turns out, everybody remember the moral of this story. No matter how good you are at the game, save a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, mines can sneak up on you with its damage output, even for experienced runners.
That's a good point, Toaster Party. I was just thinking as he was being swarmed by those shadow pirates, hey, use a power bomb, but if he was out of them, that wouldn't have worked. Indeed, respect the mines. Oh, we just had a high five in what's that room called? Transport access.
So yeah, once Reggie completes this loop, they're going to be in roughly the same progression spot again. So yeah, it might come down to if Interslice heads down to MQA, this might get pretty close again. Especially if Reggie and if Interslice routes upper mines the same way Reggie did, which is sensible to me, rather than doing grapple first.
Yeah. Okay, third artifact regained. At least we get to hear more of this excellent music.
Yeah, there's so many good themes in Prime.
Yeah.
Yep, no need to climb this ring this time. I wonder where our gravity suit is. That 50% damage reduction is always kind of nice.
Yes, very much so. Not that these runners, with the number of tanks they have, will need any help with EXO, but it's always nice to have that little extra bit of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Reggie taking a beating underwater.
Yeah, gel zaps are another enemy that can really evaporate your health.
Right, that was what did it. Okay, Reggie has made his tracker accurate again. Except, oh no, Plasma was, my tracker was already down by the time he got that, so I couldn't mark it.
And yeah, Interslice is heading down here. Let's see if he follows this all the way to MQA. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't at this point. Yep, he's jumping down.
Yeah. Having a little more trouble with the stealth drone. That shield can be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will Interslice do the maze?
Yeah, I had never seen this kind of maze skip until just a couple days ago.
Well, I was thinking of the old-fashioned kind of maze skip where you just leave the room. It's a little risky. You have to not fire at the turrets, but as long as you're careful, you can get away with it.
So the crash has been fixed in more recent versions of Randomizer. The problem is, I think it reloads the next time you come into the room, and you'll have to do the maze anyways if you want to turn around after MQA.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which means Reggie will be able to not fight the drone because he only has to go through the room once.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, honestly, I think these two are going to sync up pretty close here by the time Interslice gets upper mines.
Yeah, it's true. Interslice is quite far from, not far at all from Plasma now.
Yep, and Reggie will be heading to mines here as well, just a few rooms away from the elevators. Yeah, we may have a pretty close race here.
Yep. And much like Reggie, Interslice wasn't sure what that item was and is going to take a closer look. Unless he just wants it. No, it looks like he did get a closer look there and does not want it.
Yeah, beam combos are kind of rude. What you want to it's really hard to get a good glimpse at the item. Mostly you're looking for either like a red or orange glow from a missile or a blue glow from an E-tank. And if it's anything else, it kind of is hard to tell.
Yeah, especially telling super missiles and flamethrower apart from each other. I always get that wrong every time.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can only really see the very top of the item, so you'll see kind of that dark bit at the top of the combo, and that can look a lot like a beam.
Yeah. Oh, on the other hand, Reggie will now have plasma when he goes through that room, so he will have to fight the pirate that time. Okay, yeah, this is getting very intense.
Yeah, I think they're going to enter upper mines almost simultaneously. I guess Interslice is going to be a little bit ahead. But if Interslice routes upper mines front to back, then that will more than make up for the difference.
Yeah. We get to see a second time on Interslice's side that the Ice Pirate's AI doesn't activate until this cutscene is started. So you just get to walk past him.
There are quite a lot of passive pirates.
Nice shot on the way down there, Reggie. But he was nearly very, very sad there because his power bomb might not have been in range.
Yeah, luckily we know none of the power bomb checks are required to re-pick up, so Reggie can survive with this 0 ammo. And with that skip, Reggie is now ahead.
Yeah, just like that. And also, he knows where he's going. A lot depends on which turn Interslice makes next.
Yeah, we'll be entering more processing, but actually, yeah, maybe I'm a little surprised Reggie didn't immediately get this coming into mines. Or coming into upper mines. Because it is right here.
Yeah. Well, no, he came by the PPC way both times.
Oh, that's right. No, he just found this and then did the rest of our mines. Maybe I'm misremembering how Reggie routed this originally. But yeah, there is almost simultaneous plasma beams. Yeah, we have a race here.
Wow. Wow. But Interslice is still missing 2 artifacts, right? Unless he got... Oh, he got them after your tracker went down.
Correct, yes. They are both... They have 4 artifacts each.
Yep, so dead even. Reggie electing to kill those pirates, Interslice just zooming under him. Oh, Interslice might run into some trouble with these pirates this time.
Yep, and actually, with having already killed the pirate, does have the advantage of not needing to do the skip.
Yes.
Reggie does trigger the fight here.
Oh, and doesn't quite make the climb. That's too bad.
Gets the second time, though. Very nice.
Nope, doesn't get it the second time.
Yeah, some of that collision is kind of awkward over there. Easy to bonk your head.
Oh, and he's in low health now, too.
Yeah, there are some red drops here that are guaranteed. Yep, we'll take them. Good call.
Yes, good thinking.
Oh, I thought those were, like, all red drops. I guess other stuff can be there, too.
Oh, now this is an interesting difference. Interslice has to potentially get hit by those ice pirates on his way through here, whereas Reggie will just be able to run past the boss.
True, yeah. Although Reggie will have to stop for a power bomb refill and won't freely be able to use one in MQA if the Metroids are being a pain.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't get a drop, won't have anything for PMT. Yeah, I imagine both runners are kind of in that situation where you're looking for the dot done. Both
Yeah.
have good reason to feel pretty behind here. Oh, Metroid. I've never actually been blocked by one once I was on the spike. Oh my gosh, Metroids, please.
Well, Reggie, meanwhile, doesn't even get the drone's attention. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Reggie wisely respecting these turrets.
Yeah,
You could probably have escaped the room without damage, but don't risk it.
Yeah, a couple volleys of those, and you're down a couple E-tanks.
Yeah.
Our tracker is down, so both runners have all beams, 4 artifacts. The last 2 are in Phazon Mining Tunnel and Elder Chamber. But otherwise... Oh, there's our gravity suit. There's always a suit in Fungal Hall access, just usually it's Phazon.
I wonder if Reggie will even stop for that. Yeah, Metroid's bullying Reggie too.
Yeah, the PMT artifact is a common guest here. Unwelcome one.
Interslice will be first to his 5th artifact, which seemed impossible about half an hour ago.
Yeah, the runners did spare themselves some trouble. So the scene kind of expected a Plasma Beam World Tour here, with Plasma in Vanilla Grapple location and artifacts in Elder Chamber and Chozo Ice Temple and Ice Locked in Ice Ruins East and down here in PMT. But with IS being agreed to, both runners actually picked up both Fendrana ones and will not need to backtrack there.
Yep, and that was another point in the race where they were nearly in sync. It was quite something. Just now, we saw Reggie think for a second before picking up the gravity suit. I'm glad he did. It's always worth getting when it's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Interslice on his way, but not to Omega Pirate, just to the Saber until warp out.
Yeah, and then we'll see almost certainly a quick frigate climb and take the crash site elevator into Chozo for Elder Chamber.
Yeah. 5th artifact for Reggie. You'll just have to take our word for it.
And hopefully for our runners, Flamethrower is in Overgrown Cavern. Otherwise, we may not be seeing validation tonight.
Hmm. Reggie getting bullied by Metroids again.
Yeah, the lack of power bombs can be pretty annoying in some of these Metroid rooms when they gang up on you.
A charged plasma shot takes out a Metroid instantly, but if you hit it with the shot you fire in order to charge up, then it'll take a second sort of crackling with electricity and you'll have to wait.
There's a save word for Reggie. So I looked away for like a second, and Interslice is up for crash site. I don't even know what method he used.
That's what I was saying about his movement. The man can fly. Now, that said, they are still so close that it could come down to Essence RNG.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even the Exofight has some variability with what phases it chooses to give you.
Yep. Or in Chaos Chamber, it might just switch beams all day.
I'd be a little surprised by an Exo skip, but that could also be a game changer here, too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we might see that from Interslice because he's likely feeling behind. Oh, what do you know? That door doesn't lock during the ghost fight. I always thought it did.
Yeah, it's actually convenient not needing to do the triple ghosts.
Yeah, very convenient. Not that it would take a super long time to kill 3 ghosts with super missiles, but even so.
Yeah, I mean, every little bit counts here, though.
Yep.
See one last save warp, and probably a ship save, and then we are off to Ridley.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I said if you have to do anything with the statue, you have to kill the ghosts first. But that's if you want to use the statue's hands. Just moving the statue can happen during the fight.
Yep, Reggie aware of this as well, and will not spend any time with these ghosts either.
Good.
Although the ghosts want to spend a little time with him.
Yeah.
But there we have it. Artifact number 6, and that is final boss ready for both runners.
Yervos, stop calling the Omega Pirate Upsilon. Only its mom calls it Upsilon. Okay, Reggie about to warp while Interslice deals with Meta Ridley.
Yeah, I didn't see the exact time that Interslice started this fight, so maybe I'll try to get an idea when both runners finish what the lead is exactly.
Ooh, missing a jump. Too bad.
And yep, there goes a solid half of or more of Ridley's health.
3/4.
Ball. Yep.
Yep, because they either forgot to make him immune to boost ball or noticed at some point in production and decided, what the heck, let's leave this in.
Not terribly friendly RNG here from Ridley, though. 3
No.
dashes in a row.
And even for an expert.
Ones.
Yeah, and even for an expert, it's hard to get the snipes.
Yeah, especially when he charges up a dash without even facing you.
Yeah. It's hard to sometimes even recognize that that's what he's doing from the wrong angle.
Mm-hmm. A little more cooperative here towards the end, though.
That was funny. On Reggie's side, we saw sort of ghost residue from those laser beams from the opening cutscene.
Oh yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Reggie not able to get the flyby skip. That would have been another bit of an equalizer, but
yes, it certainly would.
Very difficult.
Flyby skip. It's an amazing. It's amazing when it happens, but you really can't plan for it. It's just that random.
Mm-hmm.
But even a bad runner will see it happen eventually because you have to fight Ridley in every seed, even if you're skipping final bosses. And I say this from experience. I have actually gotten flyby skip at least once. Ah, nice snipe there.
Yeah, he was. Reggie was ready for Ridley's tricks there.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Deciding to finish with a super missile. Stylish.
Did make up a little bit of ground there.
Yeah.
I lied about paying attention to the timestamps at these two fights, so you weren't yet.
Yeah, but much like Essence and Exo, Ridley has a lot to say about how long you're going to take to finish. Oh, Interslice electing not to deal with the Metroids at all. That can be risky. But looks like it'll pay off this time. Yeah, well done.
Yep. Yeah, as long as I see them behind me on the radar, I feel okay. But when I see them kind of go around to the side, you can worry about them getting in front of you.
Indeed.
So yeah, less than a minute. That is definitely something that can be made up in these final boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Although Interslice will assuredly not make it easy.
And that power bomb difference may come into play as well because in the Essence phase.
Also true, yeah.
Neither of them has thermal, so they're equal in that respect, but it is always a pain.
Yeah, although at least having one visor is much, much better than having none.
So much better.
Still is reasonably possible to get a 3 pool, or at worst case 4.
Yeah. Here comes Reggie going past the least used spider tracks in the game. Okay, both players on Exo now.
And yeah, looks like we have a 1 subchamber lead.
So for anyone who hasn't seen this fight 100,000 times, in the first chamber, Exo has 2 colors, power and wave. In the second chamber, it has power, wave, and ice. In the third, it has all 4, and in the fourth, it goes crazy.
And yep, in the first subchamber, the health of each phase is capped, but in the second one on, you can over-damage a certain phase, and it'll chip towards the next one, with the exception of the final phase in the subchamber. And yeah, over-damaging in phases where your weapon has good DPS can help make up for some of the weapons that are a little poor. Wave beam.
Yeah. Though personally, I like fighting Exo with wave because you get into sort of a rhythm, and you can do damage steadily, not fast, but steadily. Whereas with ice, if you don't have ice spreader, you really need a little technique to damage it with that.
Mm-hmm. Power phase is also particularly terrible if you don't have super missiles, although with supers, it's actually one of the better phases.
Yes. As Reggie just demonstrated by doing extra damage with with super missiles and shortening a phase.
Another couple. Wow, Reggie getting 2 snipes there. Another couple techniques is both as Exo is charging at you, and when it turns around, you get a couple opportunities to shoot it again with the beam it was just before it changes.
Yeah,
and that can be a great way to get some extra damage in as well.
Yeah, when you have everything, the Exo fight can go incredibly fast.
Yeah, it looks like Reggie's having a good fight, but Interslice is maintaining about that subchamber lead.
Yep. Interslice also demonstrating that if you have missiles in the air in any but the final subchamber, you can safely leave them there and they'll hit you in the cutscene and do no harm. In this final chamber, you can still let them hit you and they'll do no harm, unless they're plasma. If you let plasma missiles hit you in the cutscene, they will leave you on fire, and you'll still be taking damage when you come out of it. So that's something you have to be careful about.
Interslice not going for the run-by shots, at least with ice, but gets the turnaround though.
Yeah, there's something to be said for holding onto your charge and using it at the optimal moment when Exo turns around.
Yeah, sometimes going for both can end up meaning you get neither.
Yep.
And we now have both runners in subchamber 4, but Interslice still with a bit of a health lead.
Yep. And that could mean a little or it could mean a lot, because subchamber 4 is just RNG incarnate.
So ice is a good phase here for Reggie.
Yeah. Not as good as if they had ice spreader, but still good, because Reggie is doing this manip where you trick Prime into only making melee attacks, and that gives you plenty of time to charge your ice beam and fire it when ready. Down goes Exo on Interslice's side.
So will we see a pool skip or something like that? That could be a good 40-second time loss if Exo is uncooperative.
Yep.
Exo laying the phase on pools, but if it tries to do so too close to its the carcass of the exoskeleton, it will just instead change phases and not drop any phase on for you. Which is made even worse because you can't do attack cancels.
Yep, and it's just as bad in a race as it is if you're going for a PB or something. Mm-hmm. I imagine it's devastating in that situation. Another thing that could be a factor is if they get a pool skip during the phase where they couldn't hurt Exo anyway, that's not so bad. But if they get one during one of the 2 out of 3 phases where they have a fair shot, that could be devastating. I didn't quite follow, but I think Reggie may have actually demonstrated my point about the plasma missiles there. Yeah, so here we see Interslice is in hyper mode, but he can't target Exo, the Essence, because he doesn't have the correct visor.
But has spotted it, is going for some attack cancels here, and getting a little
Ah!
bit of damage in as well.
Well done. It's quite easy to miss a phase entirely if you're not lucky enough with your sort of random shots to try and find it.
Yep. One tip when you're missing thermal is the thermal phase will teleport immediately behind you, and so turning around as soon as you hear it kind of spawn, you can get some blind shots off without even trying to locate it with scan visor.
That's very cool. I didn't know that. Both players are going at this point for attack cancels, which is where you shoot Essence each time its chin sort of returns to its normal state. And that's the fastest you can do damage to it, but you do very short damage to make it go through its script of attacks faster. Later, when they're down to Hunter Metroids, they'll try doing what are called pool cancels, where you walk in and out of the pool to make the most possible use of the phase-on.
That was unfortunate for Reggie. Reggie was trying to go for that turnaround strat, but Exo bumped into him before he was able to get the shot off.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Knocked him out of the pool.
Yeah, there are two ways to locate Essence when you can't see it. One is just to shoot it and listen for it to complain. The other is to use the scan visor, and we saw Reggie try both just there. Oh, almost down on Interslice's
really close.
side,
yeah, Reggie with really good pool cancels may be able to get it in the next cycle, but Interslice may be... Oh, the pool's empty.
Oh no! Yeah, Interslice will have to wait for the next one.
Although having to kill those Metroids with the phase-on depletes how much damage Reggie can deal here. I don't know if Reggie will be able to get this. Yeah, Reggie may be in for another pool here too.
Yeah, I suspect he will be because Essence really had a lot of health.
Oh, but Interslice is on a thermal phase again. Can he find it?
So he has to find it. Time is running out. But as soon as he finds Essence, he can just dump.
Oh my gosh.
This is so tense! Interslice out of pool, shooting the ground in anger.
Oh, Reggie locates it! Oh, but the pool expires!
Pool!
Oh!
What? Oh, man. I'm so glad that I commented this race. I can't believe I'm here to see this.
Wow. That was so close to Reggie making up that minute difference. No, and Interslice finishes.
Yeah, there was no chance once it changed phases again because Interslice could see Essence that time. Well, Reggie will now have to locate Essence blind. Got it.
And does, nice.
For a final difference of 19 seconds. What a race. Oh, man.
Yeah, what an incredible race.
Now, the question is, can we trust SpeedGaming's bots to send the invites?
Yeah, I'm gonna DM them both.
Okay, that's good. Oh, it looks like Interslice is here. The invite came?
Hello.
Congratulations. That was incredibly close.
Yeah.
That has to be the closest race I have ever seen in my life. Reggie, welcome. What a close race that was.
Wow, yeah, GG's.
GG.
GG's.
That was absolutely amazing.
Not close enough though.
Yeah, I mean, you had some.
I got scammed by that last pool hard.
That was so
and
close.
The fact that I got triple pinned in Elite Control, that was absolutely remarkable. Just triple bopped around by all of us.
You were.
And then that one was invisible, even with X-ray. I died
Yeah.
there, Interslice.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
I went
no.
all the way back to Fendrana Shorelines immediately after the IS to get the 2 plasma locked artifacts.
Oh yeah, you guys
I
don't
had
know
to
what
go
happened.
back and get phase on.
Yeah, here's what happened. Interslice missed Ice Beam twice, passed by the location where it was and didn't check,
Oh,
whereas Reggie
no.
died and it cost him about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was wondering why you hadn't finished 15 minutes ago when I found the plasma. I thought for sure I was gonna lose there. That was
Yeah.
not my best seed.
No, but the thing is, it was not the best for both of you in roughly equal amounts, and so it came down this close. It was amazing.
Yeah, you were both neck and neck in mines. Interslice pulling away a little bit, about a minute ahead, entering final bosses, but Reggie made up almost all of that, and was so close on one of the pools of sniping the lead there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a great
Things
raid.
were pretty horribly laid out, weren't they?
They were terrible. I last locationed Ice Beam. I did Thardus and Flagra first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Interslice did all the bosses,
death
and
is
Reggie
just
did
what
no
cost
bosses.
me. Like, that was... Yeah, I fought no boss. And I didn't even do Zoid.
I was surprised by the Zoid skip. You did miss out on the main power bomb launcher as a result.
I had a feeling that's where those were.
Yeah, and that could unexpectedly have made a big difference in a couple of places. If you'd had a power bomb when those pirates were swarming you, it would have helped a lot.
If I had another power bomb during Essence, I wouldn't have
Exactly.
lost
Yeah, that was
last
the other
pool.
time.
Yeah, having to spend any of the pool on the Metroids really does make the pool cancel strat much, much, much more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad that this came down to Essence RNG.
Yep, but I cannot overstate what quality entertainment this was.
Oh, I'm
Thermal
sure.
visor in biohazard containment.
Is that where it was? That too is quality entertainment.
Oh, that's great. That's logically required for final bosses. The game just wanted you to do reverse frigate,
Yeah.
as well as a freaking plasma beam world tour. Luckily, both of you with the IS, thankfully for that agreement, saved a decent chunk of
Oh yeah,
backtracking.
IS. When I went to morph, I kind of forgot which button is morph, and I shot a missile and broke the boxes, and had to reload the room.
Oh,
That's what.
Yeah.
That's, if you're wondering what happened there.
and it was harder to reload the room than you thought. The first try
Yeah.
it didn't reload.
Yeah, that tunnel and Chozo Ice Temple are like one continuous room or something like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then also remembering that you hadn't shot the door on the second attempt just in the nick of time.
That was great. Yeah, like 20, 30 seconds into IS, I remembered I didn't shoot the door because I was so distracted from breaking the boxes the first time.
You two were nearly in sync at the IS part, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we had some exciting action there, sitting and watching the morph balls.
Sometimes I feel bad doing IS and tournament races because it is kind of boring to watch. You just, all right, well, you're just going to sit here for a minute while I go get these items, guys. There'd be a GDQ, time for donations, if I've ever seen one there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a decent chunk to explain about it, but unfortunately I don't feel like I really understand what's going on well enough to be that authoritative on the matter.
Yeah, me neither. So we just sort of talked in vague terms.
Yep.
You cheat. That's what you do. You go so fast, you cheat.
That's a good
Cheat
way
ball.
to put it. Oh, what about that thing that happened to Reggie when he was doing plasma processing? One of the platforms just wouldn't lift for him. It sort of started and stopped. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that third spinner and I have a very, very hate relationship.
Well, I've never seen that happen before, but it was funny.
Also, I enjoyed the wave buster baiting both of you in MQA into thinking it was maybe plasma beam.
Yeah, you both went about the same distance into the room
I
trying to
saw
get a
the
good
gray
look.
top, and I was like, I have to make sure.
Yep.
I'm not letting this room be the reason I lose again.
Yeah, I went to MQA because I had got Ice Beam so late, I was basically banking on garbage saving me. And it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, it was the right thing to do because I have lost a race by not checking that single room.
Yep. Gallery Tunnel continuing to be an amazing check. This is the like 4th or 5th consecutive seed where it's had a beam or an artifact.
Mm-hmm. Or
At least
space
with an
jump.
artifact, you know you can go back and get it.
Mhm.
You know it's there.
Yeah. I'm glad you both picked up Gravity Suit, even long past the point where it would have helped. And Reggie, I saw you hesitate for a second, as if thinking, am I too disgusted by this location to get it or not?
That 50% damage reduction would have been really nice about 4 rooms earlier.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad you had it because you were taking a beating from Essence, so that could also have been a factor.
It's one of the, that was a really bad essence.
Yeah, my essence wasn't great either.
I'm amazed that that one pull didn't kill it, and I did hit X-ray, but I think because the GameCube D-pad is aggressively average, that it registered as the thermal visor I did not have instead of an actual X-ray.
I think
And
To
I was like,
anybody
well,
who's-
I know it's
the
right
GameCube
there.
D-pad.
Yeah, to anybody who's used a GameCube controller, GameCube D-pad is all you need to say. Well, you guys must be pretty beat, so congratulations to you both on a fantastic race, and congratulations to Interslice on advancing. Unfortunately, this is Reggie's second loss.
Yup, I'm free.
There is the freedom, yeah.
I'm free.
I believe that was also Diggle's reaction.
Stuck for another week for me.
Yeah.
Yep. You better go all the way.
Who am I facing
believe.
next? I think I'm
Next
facing
you are-
TGC again.
You're facing whoever wins TGC's next match,
Oh, okay.
which will be either, let's see, either Baja Blood or Gunners. After the result of their next match, whoever loses that goes down to face Chris.
That is tomorrow night, right?
It's
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Exciting stuff.
Yep. But it will be hard for it to be more exciting than this. This was amazing.
Yeah, truly great race. And yeah, great performance from both of you. Your movements are real good. Much
Yeah.
better than mine.
You guys
Can't
are
wait to
truly
watch it
amazing.
back.
Yeah. Well, chat, thank you for watching. Everybody follow the runners, follow the commentators, follow the trackers who were also the commentators today. And we did our best, but the tracker itself failed us today. Such is life. Also, the SpeedGaming bot is failing us. It's not posting anybody's Twitch links.
Yeah, no, shout out
Well,
to
you can
SpeedGaming.
probably
I know
guess.
it's a pretty chaotic time, but they
got a lot
continue
on
to
their
support us in this tournament, so appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks
So,
for commentating.
yeah, no worries. It was quite the match.
And tracking, too. That's not easy to do. Both at the same time.
Yep. Well, once again, everybody have a good night. Everybody come see Lorace tomorrow, and we'll see you next mission.
See ya.
Catch you later.
See ya.